Again, a channel is just quite simply a numerical naming representation of a real fixture, or in this case, a visual or virtual fixture. Here you can see that I have 9 channels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which corresponds to 9 lights. You can also see here that they are Freedom Power Tri-6s in 9 channel mode. So the table here will tell you what kind of fixture, what kind of light each channel is. You can see that in this little magic sheet, this color key here that we've downloaded, that they are placed around this 3D shape here. So channel 1 comes from stage right or house left, 2 comes from straight in front, 3 from house right, 4, 5 from the straight top right down, 6 over here, 7 from the back, 8 from the straight back, and 9 over here. And you'll see a 10th one here that we don't actually have patched. We'll do that in a later chapter. So I can grab a hold of channel 5 by typing 5. Now I need to tell channel 5 to do something. So I'm going to say at, which is right here next to enter, or you can use the letter A to assume at. And I want to set it to a level, to an intensity. Intensities in a light board go from 0 to 100%, from nothing to everything that a light can do, 100% of its full intensity. Or we can do something halfway or somewhere in between. So I'm going to put 5 at half of what it can do. So I'm going to type in 50 for 50%. So channel 5 at 50%. And I'm going to commit that command by hitting enter. Now I look at this and I say that might be too dim. So I could shift clear, get rid of everything, and I'm going to type in 5 at, and let's do something brighter, maybe 51%, and commit that. And you can see that there's almost no change. And quite honestly, you need to change by quite a bit of percentage to see change oftentimes. I like to usually say by 10 or at least a 5%. So here, let's do that by changing channel 5 to 60%. Now, I don't actually have to hit shift clear and type in 5 again. The light board assumes that because I was just working with 5, I still want to be working with 5. So I'm going to hit at, and you can see here that assumes channel 5 at. I'm going to type 60%. Ooh, that's a little bit brighter, but I'm going to go all the way to see what all the way bright looks like. So I'm going to set at full, enter. Ooh, I like that. That's good. So we're going to leave that there. Now I'm going to take a front light, channel number 2, you can see here. So I'm going to, this time, shift delete here. I'm going to click on 2 up here in the table display. So I grabbed focus on this frame and then clicked on number 2. And you can see that it assumed that I want channel 2. So a different way to do the exact same thing. And here, I want to see what channel 2 at full looks like, at full intensity. I could type in 100%, or I could just quite simply hit the button full, because that's a common intensity that we want to use. I'm going to hit enter. And I look at that, I'm going to say that's just a little bit too bright. So I want to knock it down until it's happy. I could continue to say at 90, at 80, at 70, at 60, or I could use the plus and minus percentage buttons. So here we've got minus percent, plus percent. ETC-EOS assumes that you want to increase or decrease by about 10%. And you can change that in the system settings. So here, we've still got channel 2 in the command line. So I'm going to hit minus percent. And you can see here that it's changing the percent up in the live table here. Now we've lost it, so I'm going to go a little bit higher, 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 higher. There we go. And then I'm going to do one more. And I'm going to say from the back, 8 at full, enter. And I kind of like that backlight a little bit more. So I maybe don't want channel 5 used anymore. So I'm going to clear out the command line, and I'm going to say 5, and I could say at 0, enter. Or I could go back and make that something like that again, or I could say channel 5 out. That's another way to do the exact same thing. Interestingly enough, if you press the button out, it assumes that you want to commit that command. So it takes the light out and hits enter for you. And there we go.